Hello, yogis. We are going to start with 2 blocks if you've got them. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. But if you have them on either side of your mat, sort of near the middle. And we are going to start straight away in child's pose. So, and I will, I'll be here watching you in child's pose. But I want you to listen to me. So I'll be sitting up, but feel the earth underneath your third eye, the center of your forehead. And if it's hard to get your head to the ground, you can put a block underneath your forehead. In fact, it might just feel nice to check that out. You could even put a block under your sit bones if you find that your hips are having a hard time connecting to your heels. So this is a class a little bit focused on our tired brains. Our brains are a little tired right now. And I'm going to invite you to let your brain just follow my cues and allow your muscles to do the work. We're focusing on the 6th chakra and the 5th chakra today. And the 6th chakra is where we get insight, an ability to see beyond our current situation. You can bring yourself up into hands and knees for some cat and cows. And if you'd like to do some non-traditional cat and cows with maybe your fingers pointing toward your knees, if you are experiencing desk wrists or computer wrists, but bring your awareness to the thoracic spine, the top of your spine. So not your low back, but your upper back between your shoulder blades. And see how as you breathe into cow pose, that upper spine reaches your sternum forward. And as you exhale into cat, you get space and expansion across the top of your back. And then down dog. So this 6th chakra, this clarity, this insight, comes after the 5th chakra, the throat and the chest, which is where we hear and speak truth. Breathe forward to plank pose. Come down to your hands and knees so shins are on the floor. And we're going to do that downward facing dog with just a little bit more clarity. So hands underneath your shoulders, tuck the toes underneath you, and lift the knees just a little bit above the earth. Can you feel a little bit of a cow spine in your back? So the chest reaches a little forward, and then start to plug your upper thigh bones into your pelvis as you straighten your legs, straighten your legs, straighten your legs. Keep that cow spine in your chest, but bring your ears between your biceps. So same shape, but with a little more focus and clarity. All right, now, if you will, please bring your knees to the floor. And hands walk down back underneath your shoulders. There's a lot to come, so stay with me. Fingers underneath the shoulders. Feel your chest expand. Feel your thoracic spine reach into your sternum a little bit. We're going to come into an infant camel, a baby, little tiny baby camel. Bring the top of your throat back. So it's like the opposite of what you would do if you were taking a selfie. Feel your chest rise to meet your chin. Top of the throat is soft. And then just a little bit lift your hips up. You're still looking forward. Almost no one could even notice that your sit bones are lifting over your knees. It's the youngest camel imaginable. And then bring your butt back down to your heels. Walk your hands forward. Okay, you stay there and check out what I'm about to do. I'll walk us through it, but I want you to see it first. So we're going to go into a downward facing dog. And you will point your right toes so that the top of your right foot is pressing into the ground. You can feel like your toenails on the ground. Then you're going to bring your right knee forward to your right armpit, or in the direction of your right armpit. And then you'll bring it over to your left armpit and then bring it up into your chest. Your right thigh will lift into your sternum, and then you'll place your right knee on the floor between your thumbs. And then I'll talk you through it once we get there. All right, so we'll all do this together. So right toe points, right toes point. Feel the tops of your feet, and a little bit of a stretch for the top of the foot, which doesn't get a lot of stretching. And with resistance in your hamstring, so engage your right hamstring, bring your elbow or your right knee toward your armpit. Now slowly point it toward your left armpit. Now pull your right thigh bone up into your chest, and then right knee to the floor between the thumbs. Okay, this is a helpful time for blocks. We're going to take what some people call swan pose. So blocks underneath the hands, and you can kind of like squeegee your left foot back so that your top of the left foot is pressing down onto the floor, and you're getting a stretch in the front of the left thigh and hip. That's part of the experience. Another part of the experience is the outer hips. Pull them in. So you're engaging a little bit of your outer glutes and the muscles around your hips. And then imagine you've got this line of energy from your pelvic floor, the space between your tailbone and your pubic bone, all the way up through the center of you to the crown of your head. So it's about like centering, pulling in to lengthen. There we go. That's all for now. All right, hands to the floor, right leg comes back to down dog. And then we switch to the other side. So left toes point down. Feel a little bit of a stretch in the top of your left foot. Left knee to left armpit. Left knee to right armpit. Pull your left thigh bone up toward you. And then left knee to the floor, kind of behind your hands, but between the thumbs. And then you can keep your toes tucked, your back toes tucked for a little bit as you reach the top of the foot back, and then let the whole right foot be flush with the floor. Swan. And so the top of the left shin is pressing down, and so is the top of the right shin. Gather your outer hips together. Lift up through the center of you. And then blocks to the side. Lift your left thigh bone up into your body, downward facing dog. Okay. More plans. Come forward to plank pose now. Bring both shins down to the floor next to each other. So it's not quite cat-cow because your knees are touching. Your big toes are probably touching in this shape. Reach your right arm forward and see if you notice something in the center of you sort of activating to keep this shape going. Now reach your left leg back. You're sort of like one of those pointer dogs that, like those bird dogs. Okay, so you'll do that and see if you can feel this line of activation in the center of your body. Then bring your right elbow to your left knee. Reach both limbs out, but have the energy come from the center. Elbow to knee again. Reach your limbs back out. Right hand to the floor. Ball of the left foot comes back to the floor. Come up into a down dog split with your right leg lifted. Now bring your right foot forward, left shin to the floor. We're coming up into an early crescent lunge. And what I'd like you to do is pretend you're doing a pull-up. So make fists and bring your elbows down by your shoulders. Pull in with your outer hips like we did in Swan. And could you please reach your thoracic spine, your upper back, into your sternum here. Okay, one more thing. As your upper arm bones are probably plugging into your shoulders really nicely right now, keep that connection of upper arm bone to shoulder joint. As you lengthen your arms long again, palms are reaching toward each other, or they're facing each other. You still have some space between the hands. So this is an upper back bend here, more than a low back bend. Hands down to the floor. Plank pose. Let's keep it going. Shins down, knees are touching. Reach your left arm forward this time. See if you notice the center of you, the strip of muscles in the center of your belly activate. Right leg back. Left elbow to right knee. Extend that back out, bird dog. Left elbow to right knee. Reach your limbs away from each other. Left hand to the floor. Ball of the right foot to the floor. Left leg lifts, down dog split. left foot forward, right shin to the floor, come up into an early crescent. Do that chin up action, so you're resisting. You can feel the muscles along your pecs, your biceps are resisting as you bring your elbows to your shoulder length, shoulder height. And then feel that plugging in of the arm bones. Reach your thoracic spine into your chest, and then lift the arms back up, keeping that connection of your upper arms and your shoulders. Hands to the floor. Plank pose. Okay, this time, lower all the way down in one piece. New tricks. Reach your arms forward so your elbows are ahead of your shoulders. And this isn't going to look like much, but I hope that you can feel it. So press your palms into the floor and lift your chest just a little bit. Now keep your palms pressing down and also press them away from each other. So that might activate the muscles of your triceps. Now keep your palms pressing down, pull them away from each other, and also pull them back. And see how that lifts the sternum up. Okay, little relax. Bring your palms down by your shoulders and press your palms down, lift your chest a little bit. Keep pressing your palms down and press them away from each other on the floor. See what that activates. Keep pressing down and away, and now drag them back. And notice how your chest lifts and reaches forward. We're sort of counteracting everything we do when we hunch over our laptops right now. Okay, now relax a little bit. Bring your hands underneath your elbows. So you're in you might know where we're going. Lift your chest up a little bit. Press the palms down. Reach them away from each other. Pull them back. And you're in like a little supported cobra. See if you can lift your hands up and have all of this action coming from the upper spine. Press the tops of your feet down. And then bring your hands back down. Lift your chest up by lengthening your arms so you're in a supported up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, here we are. We're going to move into a little different type of Surya Namaskar. This is a different type of class. So be with me. Breathe forward to plank pose. Bring both shins down to the floor. Reach your right arm forward, left leg back. Elbow to knee. Right arm forward, left leg reaches back. Elbow to knee. Let the center of you guide this. Reach your right arm forward and your left leg back. Right palm to the floor. Ball of the left foot to the floor. Down dog split with your right leg lifted. Right foot forward. Turn it into a crescent lunge. Arms lift and then do that chin up situation. Upper spine goes into the chest. Keep your upper arm bones plugging into the shoulder joints as you extend the arms long. Hands to the floor. Plank pose, and then it's your choice, my friends. You can do a chaturanga. You could check out knees, chest, chin. You could breathe for a few breaths in plank and meet in down dog. Ripple forward to plank pose, knees to the floor. Left arm reaches forward, right leg back. Elbow to knee. Keep the center of you alive as you reach your limbs out in opposite directions, elbow to knee. Reach your left arm forward, right leg back, left palm finds the floor, ball of the right foot to the floor, left leg rises for a down dog split, left foot forward, right shin to the floor, reach your arms up, and then bend the elbows, let the chest reach forward, extend the arms again, but keep that connection of your humerus bones to your shoulder joint. Hands down, plank pose, and then move either into chaturanga, couple breaths, knees, chest, chin, it's all good. All right, we're continuing to build here. Breathe forward to plank pose. Knees to the floor, right arm forward, left leg back. Elbow to knee. Feel this in the center of you as you reach your right arm forward, right elbow to the right knee. Right arm reaches forward, left foot to the floor, right leg up for a down dog split. Right foot forward. Now stay with me. Left knee to the inside of the right arch. And this is what we'll call quiet Shiva. So Feel your thumbs against your third eye, and you can either look forward, a sense of insight, or you can tuck your chin and feel some space in the back of your neck. Hands find the floor, left foot meets the right, and you just take a little forward fold for a moment. Breathe in, fingers to the shins. Breathe out, Uttanasana. Inhale and reach your arms out and up. Find a prayer over your head. Bring your prayer to your third eye. Feel the pressure of your thumbs against the center of your forehead. Prayer to your heart. Bring your hands back down to the floor. Plank pose. And your choice of chaturanga, or lowering all the way down. All right, breathe forward, plank. Knees to the floor. Left arm forward, right leg back. Left elbow to right knee. Reach your arms and legs apart from each other, then elbow to knee. Left arm reaches forward, right leg back. Left palm down, right foot to the floor. Left leg rises for a down dog split. Left foot forward between the hands. Right knee finds the arch of the left foot. Prayer to your third eye. Quiet Shiva, the deity of consciousness, of insight. Hands to the floor. Right foot finds the left foot. Take a breath in as your fingers find your shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Find a prayer above you and look up. Prayer to the third eye. Prayer to your heart. Hands come back down. Come back into a plank pose. And it's your choice, chaturanga or nataranga. All right. Continuing to build on this, or to evolve, look forward between your hands, bring your big toes to touch, and take a hop to the top of your mat. Yeah, hands to the shins, lengthen your spine, feel a line from your tailbone to the crown of your head, and then lower down. Inhale, and you reach your arms out and up. This time it's chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your elbows in that little chin-up situation. And then lengthen your arms again. Keep that connection of your upper arm bones to the shoulders. Bring your prayer through the center of you, and you might choose to jump back if you like. You could step back into a plank pose and move through. All right. As you're ready in down dog, bring your feet to touch. Look between your hands. Take a hop to the top of your mat, or you can step there. Hands to the shins, look forward, look forward. Exhale as you fold. Arms will reach out and up, find a prayer above you. This time it's Utkatasana, but keep that muscle memory of the upper arm bones in the shoulder joints, even without that special little chin up that we did. Lovely. Bring your prayer through you. Your choice to jump back or to step. We'll meet in down dog. All right. Look at your right thumb. Without lifting your right leg, use the center of you. Use your abdominal muscles to bring your right foot behind your right thumb. And then pivot your left heel down. Come up into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. From here, lengthen your right leg and bend both elbows in that chin up situation. I knew we wouldn't leave that behind. All right, keep your thoracic spine moving into your chest. Rebend your right knee. Feel the left heel pressing into the earth. And from here, extend the arms and feel your chest reach forward. So this is just plain old Warrior 1, but we're doing it with clarity, with a commitment to listening to truth. Hands will find the floor. And then if you'd like to move through a vinyasa, my friends, it is welcome. If you would like to skip it, that is welcome. Look at your left thumb. Using the restraint of your abdomen, of your left hamstring, Bring your left foot behind your left hand without the swinging action that we like to do. All right, right heel pivots down. Press into your feet as you lift up. Feel your outer hips engage. Straighten your left leg. Bend both elbows, chin up style. Rebend your left knee. Feel your sternum reach forward because your upper spine is moving into it. And then lengthen your arms. What's happening with your right heel? Hands down. And move through your vinyasa. Okay. Continuing with this theme of doing things a little differently, look forward to the top of your mat and take a hop to get there. Hands to the shins, look up. Exhale, fold. Reach your arms out and up. Find a prayer. Prayer to the third eye. Prayer to your heart. Diver's pose. And press into especially the big toe mounds, the balls of your feet beneath your big toes. And feel your outer ankles come in. Bring your heels to the floor. Lift your left leg up with you. Reach your left leg back, warrior 3. And we've been doing this in all these bird dogs where the leg reaches back. So you've got some muscle memory here. Land in warrior 1. We also did that. We're coming from a different angle. We're reaching it from the back this time. Come to the side. Face the side of your mat. Do that chin up thing, bending your elbows. And this time, it will be the left arm underneath the right for an eagle. Toes point out, knees point out, heels point toward each other, and just get low in your pelvis. Press down with your feet, lift up through your pelvic floor, and then find your way into warrior 2, front of the mat, Vira 2. So you cannot see your left heel. I mean, you could, but I'm asking you to look forward. But can you feel it? The center of it pressing into the earth, the outer blade of your left foot. You can't see your left fingertips, but can you feel them pressing behind you as your right fingers reach forward? Right thigh bone gets heavier. Reverse triangle, straighten the right leg, outer hips engage, and lift up through the perineum all the way up to the crown of the head. Hands cartwheel down to the mat. And then it's your choice of a flow, my dears. All right. Big toes come to touch. Look forward. If you want to take a little hop, a little dramatic hop into a handstand, you're welcome to. You can also step to the top of the mat. Fingers will come to the shins. Spine gets long. And then exhale, fold. On a breath in, arms reach out and up, and look at your prayer. Bring it to the third eye. Feel a little pressure of the thumbs against the center of your forehead. Prayer to your heart. Let your sternum lift to your fingers. And then it's a diver's pose. Yeah. Think about the pubic bone reaching back as the neck gets longer. Heels to the floor. Right knee will lift up. Right leg back, warrior 3. And the standing leg can stay bent as much as it needs to. We're going to end up there anyway in a warrior 1. And then we're moving to the side. Face the side wall. Do that little chin up action. Feel your sternum lift. Then right arm under, left arm over to eagle wrap. Toes point out, heels together. Get low here. And by pressing down through the center of your heels, ascend and come into Virabhadrasana 2. Feel the right fingers searching back as the left fingers reach forward. The center of the right heel pressing down, even though you can't see it with your eyes. Lengthen the left leg and come into reverse triangle. With the focus on being on the center. Even though our arms and legs are splayed in different directions, feel the outer hips pull in and a lift through the center of your abdomen. Hands cartwheel down, and then move it on through. We're going to meet in down dog. Take a breath in, my friends. See if you can feel the center of your forehead as you breathe out through your mouth. Feet will come together and look between the hands and take a hop to the top of your mat. Hands to the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Arms will reach out, 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 and up over your head. Prayer to your third eye. Prayer to your heart. Diver's pose. Heels to the floor. Left knee rises. Warrior 3. And let that flow into Warrior 1. We're going to keep it moving here. Face the side wall. Little chin-up action. And then left elbow under the right. Toes will point out. Knees will point out. Heels together as you get low. Maybe you get lower than the last time. Lift back up. Warrior 2 back of your mat. Reverse triangle. This will now shift into triangle pose. And from here, press down with the feet, lift up with the inner thighs, and as if the upper thigh bones could actually plug back into the pelvis. And then can your left lung reach up toward your right lung? Right arm by the right ear. Walk your hands through a wide straddle to the top of the mat, and then find quiet Shiva, left knee to the inside of the right foot. Prayer to your third eye. All right, new plan. Hands will come down just in front of your toes. Bring your weight into your right foot. See if you can hold on to your left shin and lift your left knee up with you. Holy moly. Left foot down, Tadasana. Find center here. Can this be part of this? Even this stillness. Arms lift up above your head in a prayer. Prayer comes down through the center of you, and then you can step back to plank. You could jump back to chaturanga. You could do anything you want in that process. All right, here we are, down dog. Look forward to the top of the mat. Bend your knees and take a hop to get there. Hands to the shins. Lengthen your spine, tailbone back. Exhale, fold. Arms will lift out, out, and up. Prayer above you. Bring that to the third eye. Bring it to your chest. Diver's pose. Keeping this sense of centeredness. Heels reach down. Right leg lifts up. Right knee's bent. Right foot back for Vira 3. And then that turns into Virabhadrasana 1. Move along to the side wall. Take a little chin up. Feel the upper back reach into the heart. This time it will be left arm under right. Lift the elbows. Let the pelvis sink. Warrior 2, back of your mat. Shift that into reverse triangle. Feel the outer hips engage. And then Utthita Trikonasana. So press down with the feet, lift up with the thighs, and can you feel a little bit of the right lung lifting up into the left? Left arm reaches alongside the cheekbone. Hands will walk through a wide straddle and get yourself up to quiet Shiva, right knee to the inside of the left foot. Little prayer to your third eye. No need to rush. You decide if you want to tuck your chin or keep your eyes looking forward. Release your prayer. Press your weight into your left foot. Bring your right shin up with you. Left outer hips kind of pull in to support this. And then it's mountain pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms lift up. Prayer through the center of you. Yeah, and this is a real chance to try jump backs if you're into that kind of thing. A lot of options for that today. You can also step back to plank. All right, friends. Look forward to the top of your mat. Give your knees a good bend and take a hop or a step to get there. Fingers to the shins, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Arms reach out and up over your head as you breathe in. Prayer to the third eye, to the heart. And then wing your arms back for diver's pose. Feel the inner thighs rotating toward the back of your mat. Let your neck be long. Heels down, left knee rises. Reach it back for warrior 3. Land in warrior 1. Face the side wall, left arm under, right arm over. Deep in the pelvis here. Maybe you keep it low as you move to warrior 2, back of your mat. Reverse triangle. Shift that into triangle pose. And in this shape, can you feel the back of your body coming in to support the front of your body? So it's less a back bend and more that your front body is being held by the strength of your back body. Right arm reaches long beside your right cheekbone. Hands will walk to the top of the mat. All right, left knee to the inside of the right foot. Quiet Shiva. Bring your hands down, and maybe you don't even touch your left leg as you lift it up with you. Woo! This time it's eagle wrap. Left leg over, left arm under. And can you feel your thigh bones plugging into the pelvis? So instead of sticking your butt out and kind of pulling your thighs apart, can they internally rotate toward one another? And you can choose, friends, if you'd like your chest to lift up as your elbows come a little bit down for an upright variation of this, or feel a little more of a child's pose in your back. And you may choose to bring your thumb to your third eye in this shape. Lift back up, left knee rises, nab your left big toe or your left hamstring. With your left hand, right arm lifts. Yeah, and because we are talking about the center, could your tailbone be right over your right heel? And could you not have this so much as a nice plugging in of the left arm bone into the shoulder joint, the left thigh bone into the pelvis? And any kind of extension that happens from centering. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to let go of the left leg. Let the center of your left quad be what holds you up here. If you've noticed a theme here, it's about the strength of like the center of the body. It's okay if the left foot kind of sinks. Can you just be here? All right, left foot down. We're actually going to go straight through. Come with me into diver's pose. Bring your heels back down, lift your right leg up. Warrior 3, right foot behind you. Warrior 3 shape shifts into Virabhadrasana 1. Turn it around to the side wall. This time it's the right arm under the left. Get deep into your pelvis. Keep your pelvis low and go straight into Warrior 2, back of the house. Reverse triangle, outer hips pull in, center of your abdomen lifts up. Trikonasana. And can you feel this sense of strength in the upper back so that your front body can sort of rest into it? Left arm reaches long. Walk your hands through the center. Right knee to the inside of the left foot. And let this moment be as much a part of the practice as whatever happened before. Wherever we're going now, which will be pressing into the left heel, lifting your right leg up, perhaps without even touching it, and then eagle wrapping, right leg over, right arm under. So maybe the elbows come down a little bit and you lift your chest up toward them. If you would like to experience a little bit of kind of a cat spine, fold over your legs, keeping your inner thighs wrapping toward each other. All right, lift the right leg, grab onto the right hamstring, the right big toe. Make the priority be the connection between your shoulder joint and your upper arm bone, your pelvis and your thigh bone. And any extension comes with this kind of fidelity to truth Reach your right arm up. And just be here. Even if you notice the right leg sinking, feel the strength of the center of your right quad. Right foot to the floor. Utkatasana. That's a new one. And this will turn into malasana. So feet together, knees apart, garland pose. And this is its own thing. You can thread your hands underneath your shins and hold on to your heels and truly feel this symmetry, this centering. You are, of course, welcome to turn garland pose, malasana, into bakasana, crow pose. So palms underneath shoulders, connecting the shins and the upper arm bones. Reach your chest forward, heels come toward the hamstrings. And if you want, you can even try lengthening your arms. That's going to be that child's pose back, where the shoulder blades are spreading apart. Heels come even more toward the hamstrings. And then feet to the floor. You are going to get back into down dog. However, you're going to get back into down dog. And just take a minute there. Okay, the fun continues. So breathe forward to plank pose, please. Stay with me. Reach your right arm forward. Maybe this is where it is. Maybe you lift your left leg up and take this, what we'll call a 2-point plank. It's what all those bird dogs were preparing us for. All right, bring everything back down to the floor. Whew. Come back into a downward facing dog. Bring your right toes to the floor in that little like pointing toe thing we did before. And right knee will come to left elbow. Remember that? Right knee comes to right elbow. Bring your right thigh bone up into your chest. Right shin to the floor. And the option now is to come up into a swan without blocks. You can do it with blocks. But what we're doing is engaging the outer hips here. Remember, the top of your foot is really, of your back foot is really connecting to the earth. Engage the outer hips, lift up through the center of you. Maybe you reach the arms back. By continuing to pull up through the center, you might choose to lift your arms up. And can this back bend be about the upper spine? So the thoracic spine is like reaching into your sternum. Maybe you bring one hand down and the other hand down. We're not done yet. Untuck the back toes, lift the back leg. Press your hands down and lift your right thigh up into your body. Fallen triangle, so right foot to the outside of the left hand, lift your left arm up to the sky. And I know your limbs are all over the place. Can this be about the outer hips pulling in and this sense of strength all the way from your pubis up to the crown of your head? Left arm reaches alongside your ear. Left hand to the floor, right leg up, down dog split. Bring your right foot forward and take a generous bend in your back leg. Come up to a high lunge. We're not done. Look at us. We're still doing this. All right. So what I want you to feel is kind of subtle. Please feel a sense of the top of your left thigh and your left outer glute. I think it's helpful to palpate these parts of your body when you're thinking about them. So outer left glute starts to engage. Top of the left thigh engages. And from that action and strength, lengthen the back leg. So it's less about all those stuff around your knees and more about this strength up at the center of you. Bring your left knee forward. Woo! Left foot down. All right. You lift your right knee, so switch your legs, and come into Utthita C with your right knee bent to start out. So right hand is to the sacrum, left hand is to the outside of the right thigh. Because we are focusing so much on the centering, I permit you to hold on to your outer right foot, but only as you keep your tailbone over your standing foot and you keep the thigh plugging into the pelvis. So we are expanding, we're getting insight from a deeper sense of truth, from an acceptance and a listening to truth. All right. Bring your right hand to your right foot. Lift the left arm. Actually, lift the right arm too. Now, lift your left heel. Nicely done, everybody. Bring your foot back, bring your feet back down. Lift up, and then prayer through the center of you. You can get back to down dog however you like. You could jump to a bent knee down dog like I just did, or if jumping back and doing a vinyasa is really calling your name, you're welcome to that too. All right, breathe forward, plank pose. Engage the center of your body as you lift your left arm. Maybe your right leg will rise too. Maybe not. For this 2-point plank. Feel how this is coming from the center of you. All right, hand down, foot down, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Point your left toes, feel the top of your left foot on the floor. Left knee to left armpit, left knee to right armpit. Pull your left thigh up toward your chest and then plant your left knee nicely between your hands for swan. So hands on blocks is totally cool. If you can, lift up through the outer hips and the pelvic floor. It might feel nice to reach your arms back. Feel the upper spine reaching forward. And then arms lift up. Hands down. Untuck the back toes and lift your back knee. Bring your left leg up toward your heart, fallen triangle. Feel the outer hips pull together and this long line of strength through the center, through the midline of the body. Right arm by the right ear. Bring your right hand down. Left leg rises for a down dog split. Left foot forward, right knee bends nicely as you come up into a high lunge. And feel the outer right glute squeeze. Squeeze that butt cheek. Feel the upper right thigh start to engage and let that extend the right leg. Right knee forward, right foot down. Now bring your left knee up toward your chest. Utthita C, left side. And we're growing from strength. So keep your tailbone over your standing foot. Feel the sense of the left thigh is plugging into the pelvis. Alrighty. Hold on to the left toe with the left hand. Lift both arms. Lift your right heel. You can stay up as long as you'd like. Bring your right foot back down. All feet come back down. Come down through the midline and find your way into down dog. Okay, so come to your knees just to check out my wild plan. The grand finale of these tricks is as follows. So we're going to do that swan situation. I'm going to do it with my right foot first. So we'll come up into swan again, like we've been doing. And then the option is to tuck your back toes, lift your right leg, and maybe come into a kind of flying triangle with where your right foot doesn't fall. Like, you could do fallen triangle, that'd be cool. You could also do this, and it's the center of this quad, maybe even the pointing down of the toes that allow this to happen. Okay, next trick would be bringing your left elbow and your right knee together, and then moving into this 2-point plank. Wowie. Or none of the above. Or, modified versions, because what we just did, you could do again. That's the plan. So, downward facing dog. We're all in this together. Right toes point down. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Right knee to left elbow. Right thigh up to the chest, and then knee between the fingers. And this swan can be arms down. I kind of like this. This is a little drama. Can you feel how the chest, which hunches over so often, is given the chance to puff up and expand? You could lift your arms up if you're feeling it. I'm happy here. Hands come down. Untuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Press the floor away from you with your hands. Lift your right thigh, and then maybe you hover the right leg up in this kind of floating triangle. Engage the right quad. Left foot helps too. All right, bring your elbow and your knee together as your hips point toward the earth and expand them long like you're that bird dog, except without the help of a knee. All right, hand, foot down. Whew. You can take a moment. You can take as many moments as you like. When you're ready, we're going to come into down dog. Point the left toes. Left knee to left armpit. Bring it over to the right armpit. This is just engaging our core. Left thigh up into the chest, and then place it gently down. Swan pose. Feel the stretch in the top of your right quad. So we're using these quadriceps a lot, and now we're also giving them a deep stretch in a shape like this. Hands to the floor. Untuck the back toes and lift your back thigh. Lift your front thigh, and perhaps it's a flying triangle. Still feel the engagement of the outer hips, the engagement of your left quad. All right, right elbow to left knee. Maybe you extend both limbs out long. Plank pose. And then give yourself a child's pose. Third eye, finding a connection to the earth. So there's a couple more jams here. We have been really opening up the chest and the front body. So we'll come into Camel Ustrasana. And if you like, I find that blocks can be really lovely to put between my ankles, especially if I've got like low back feelings. So that's an option. I would suggest to everybody, even if you're really bendy, to tuck your toes underneath you for this first time. So I'm moving my block so you can see my heels, my toes. Okay, so this is both like, it does allow you to get your hands to your heels more easily, but it also causes your pelvis to tilt forward, which is useful in this shape. Okay, and so normally in camel we say bring your sacrum toward the front of your body, and that is totally cool. But for today, since I'm focusing on the upper back, this thing that hunches over, I'm trying to strengthen it. I actually want to get more of the back bend in the upper back. So what I'm suggesting, if your back can take it, is that you stick your booty out a little bit, but pull your knees together. Blocks between the shins can kind of help. Pull your thighs together so you're supporting, and like squeeze your glutes. So you're supporting your low back even as you stick your booty out. And let the back bend come from your upper chest. So elbows back. I put my fingers to point down toward my tailbone. Elbows back. Can you think about the upper spine reaching into your sternum? And if you like, you can lift your head. Chin tilts up. Hands find the heels. And maybe you can keep that thoracic extension as you come back. And we'll come out of this, my friends, by engaging the center line of your quads and the center of your navel. So the center lifts us out of this. Sit on your heels for a moment. Maybe palms will face up. We'll take another round of this You can keep your toes tucked underneath you, as I will be doing. If you know you like the feeling of your feet flush with the ground, you're welcome to do that too. You can also have blocks at their highest height. So, elbows back. Think about maybe doing that little sticking of your tuchus back, but then squeeze your outer glutes. Pull your outer thighs together and your knees together so you're supporting the muscles of your low back. Reach your thoracic spine up and just think about it extending long, 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 almost as if it could arch back to the floor behind you. And in this shape, your throat is open, the space that speaks and hears truth. From the center of your quads and the center of your navel, come up. And then sit on your heels. And you're just going to come onto your right side and a little windshield wiper of your knees, feet actually as wide as the knees, and experience some internal and external rotation of your thighs. And then we'll take an upright Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together. And we've been, most of this class, we've been in a neutral shape of our hips, with a few exceptions. If that's not interesting to you, that's fine. But now we're just allowing the hips to open up without doing anything. You can hold on to your ankles or your shins, or I'm putting my thumbs on the arches of my feet. Now reach your heels a little bit forward so there's more of a diamond shape of the legs. And bring your left arm out to the left, so the palm of the left hand is on the floor. The heel of your right palm goes onto the flesh of your right thigh and just kind of presses it away from the bone. And this has nothing to do with your right thigh. I'm actually trying to get you to open up the space of the right side of your neck. So let the left ear fall toward the left shoulder. The fifth chakra is the neck and the throat. And so can you allow the right side of your neck to open up? This whole palm to thigh thing is just about creating some traction to do that. And if you're a person who walks around with your life in your jaw, like me, open your mouth and close it a couple of times to release the jaw. Literally no one can see you, so it doesn't matter what you look like while you do this. And then just keep space between your back teeth. Let your mouth be gently open. Walk your left fingers toward your hips and keep your head as it is. Bring your left palm to your cheek and use that to give you a little assist to lift your head back up to neutral. Your brain is tired. It does a lot. Now we're just switching sides. Right palm to the outside of your right thigh, like way outside, so you can really lean over. Right ear comes toward the right shoulder, and then left palm presses into the flesh of your left thigh. Let the left shoulder drop a little bit, so you're really feeling the opening in the left side of your neck. Open and close your jaw, like dramatically. And if it feels good to let something go, breathing in. Start to crawl your right fingers back toward your hip. Use your right palm against your right cheek to assist your head back up. And now you'll bend your left knee into your right thigh for a little variation of Janu Shirsasana. Bend your right knee, and if you've got blocks, bring one close to you so it can kind of be positioned under your right knee. Flex your right foot and drape your hands over the top of your toes. A little different. What I'd like you to do is sort of breathe forward and come onto the tops of your sit bones, and then let your chest drape over your right thigh and feel the back of your body expand and stretch. And if it's available, you can bring your right heel a little bit forward, but we're keeping the chest, either your ribs or your breast tissue, on your thigh. So the idea is less of a hamstring stretch and more of a connection between your right thigh and your front body. And your back body just sort of gets to drape over your leg. My hope is that you are experiencing a stretch in the muscles of your back after a lot of back strengthening work. So I hope you're feeling this at the bottom of your pelvis, around the wings of your shoulder blades. Let your head go. Maybe a few more of those opening and closings of the jaw. Okay. Walk your hands back, and it's just simple switching of the legs. Bend your left knee. Bring a block if it will be helpful. Flex the left foot and drape your fingers over the toes. Bring your chest over your left thigh. And then it's like if you were hanging a towel on the back of a chair. Let your back spread over your left thigh. And if it feels good to breathe in through your mouth and breathe out through your mouth in a sigh. Perhaps a few more opening and closings of the jaw. Walk yourself back up. Dandasana, legs long, hands by the hips. Feel this like centering strength of your quads to the tops of your shin bones. Reach your arms up, connect the shoulders and the upper arm bones, and then roll onto the front of your sit bones as you reach forward. And then when you can't reach any more forward, do let your back just sort of drape over your spine. The muscles of your back are melting down the spine. Be aware of your jaw, if it is relaxed or clutching. And you can stay here for longer, or you can come into final rest in Shavasana. If you're coming into Shavasana, allow there to be some space between your thighs. Your palms face upward. Feel the very center of your back skull on the floor, so your chin isn't jutting up or reaching down. Take a long breath in and hold it for just a few moments. And then a longer exhale out. You can stay as long as you like. If you are ready to move on, you can reach your arms out over your head and take a deep breath in, reaching your toes away from your fingers, and big breath out. As you're ready, you can move on to your side. Press your hands down into the earth to come up to sit. Hands to prayer. And feel the thumbs press into your sternum. Let your sternum rise up. So still that strength of the upper back. Take a long breath in. Om. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. The light in me, the truth-seeking, hard truths and easy truth-seeking, and insight-seeking part of me sees your light, sees the work you are doing to listen to truth and to gain insight. Namaste, my friends.